living in poverty, waiting for up to a decade to get into public housing.
But as Hanna Mordoh uncovered in an LEX 18 investigation, people can make up to 6 figures and still live in public housing.
That's right. Win $1 million, and if you already live in Lexington public housing, you're welcome to stay. The problem is, this wait list has gotten so long, those in need can't even get their names added anymore. Home sweet home.
I've been trying to get in, for about 5-6 years.
The list goes for 10 years.
Wow. That's 5 years before me.
For many people here in Lexington, the dream of having a place to stay in public housing is simply wishful thinking.
They actually are not helping me in nothing. I've been in a public housing list for about 5 years now.
Benny Johnson and David Lavelle are homeless. They're 2 of the more than 4,100 people left on this long list. Altogether, they need 2,300 homes, which don't exist. So what's being done?
We closed it because we want to give no one false hope.
Austin Sims is the executive director of Lexington Housing Authority. He says they've stopped taking applications. But what about those already living in the homes our tax dollars help pay for? During our investigation, we uncovered people never have to leave public housing.
Families can inherit, win the lottery, find $1 million in aunt's attic, and still be eligible for continued occupancy.
We know what you're thinking. That can't be true, but it is under federal law. So we went digging through documents, including family incomes, and you won't believe what the top 3 earn. The first, raking in more than $100,000 a year.
That sounds excessive, but if you look, you see that you have 4 family members who really make $25,000, $24,000 thereabout.
That's true, but under the Housing Authority guidelines, it's still almost double what a family of 4 should make to move in. The next highest are both above $77,000. One household of 3, all whom are working. The other 2 parents and 2 kids. That sounds like a pretty average family. Like they could live in an average apartment.
Well, they could, but you have to understand, under the federal government, the regulation says they can live where they live.
They must either pay 30% of their income or a flat rate rent of around $575 a month. It's their choice when they enter the system. So, can something be done? Officials running public housing could set term limits when families move in.
The jury's still out on whether you should or should not.
They can't decide. They don't want to evict the families and don't think the system is being abused.
The expectation would be that one would, on their own, leave at some point.
So until the more fortunate move out for the less, people like Benny Johnson and his family are out of luck.
I'm feeling kind of disappointed because basically it's like, oh wow, do I got to wait another 10 years to find a housing for me,
The Housing Authority says having higher income families helps the system stay afloat because their money makes up for the very low income tenants. Back to you.